Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Aggretsuko Season 2 on Netflix. And I enjoyed this season. I think that it did a better job of going through and having certain arcs and building up the story. Oddly enough, that kind of messed with the whole karaoke death screaming thing that Retsuko would do. It's strange. It's like she's kind of growing up and progressing as a character and mainly is only using that inside of her head now. I mean, granted, she does go and do the karaoke, but it's mainly for a point in the later portion of the season rather than her to do it to let off steam. So, I don't know. So, the main conflict that we get in the beginning of the season is they get a new younger worker, Anai, and it's this kind of fresh out of school guy, and he wants to do the best job possible, but he's a complete and utter control freak. And it's kind of interesting to see how, of course, in the first season, Retsuko was having to deal with a boss coming down on her, and now she's got somebody applying pressure from underneath, and how he's trying to record everything and taking things completely out of context and doing it to try and pretty much do some kind of semblance of control on his world. It's sad, but it's also scary in what he's trying to do to Retsuko and the rest of the co-workers. And the only one that can really kind of get through to him is this one co-worker who's a mother of 3 kids and is able to actually work with him. Strangely enough, Retsuko and the rest of the group didn't really see anything that should have been that nuts, but he just goes completely off the handle and is a complete other crazy man. I mean, granted, it's sad because he's like, this is his first job, and this is how he reacts to it. It's just like, holy shit. Even the boss that Retsuko had to deal with wasn't able to take him down a peg. It took the coworker who was the mother to, like, get him to help out, because she's trying to train him, but he's doesn't take well to her training style. And crazily enough, if I worked in that place, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, Retsuko, yeah, got it. And it's crazy because trying to see him use the phone was just mind-boggling to me. Granted, those kind of situations are awkward and how you need to do phone etiquette and everything, but I'm just like, hey, this is this place, this is my name, yo, this is whatever McCompany, this is Master Gallengeist, how can I help you? And go from there. It's like, holy Jiminy Christmas, alright. It's just funny how that kind of worked out, but she really didn't do a lot of the karaoke screaming stuff going on, except it was mainly more in her head. This freaks her out so much that she actually starts to go to driving school and tries to get her license. It's also to kind of throw off her mother, because it's a double combo of Anai and then her mother trying to set her up with somebody to marry. And of course the overbearing mother and all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay. Nothing really much is done on that front. I mean, we get some gags and everything where she meets one of her friends that knows about her karaoke screaming and everything at a speed dating thing, but that's about it. That leads to a conflict between her 2 executive friends about marriage and all that, which isn't even really resolved or done anything with. They just get pissed at each other and then see Retsuko in a crazy situation and try and help her out, and that's about it. Yeah. So this kind of transitions. She meets this guy during the driving school, Tadano, and he's this lazy kind of slacker kind of dude. It's made to be believed that he's an unemployed guy, but you find out that he's a dude that is a tech dude making AI and comes into her company to try and do stuff, but they don't know that this is another kind of relationship, because Tadano stops going to driving school and doesn't kind of give any kind of reason. But they kind of reconnect and they start going out. But Retsuko, of course, doesn't learn about it until they've arranged a golf thing between the head of the company, her boss, Tadano, and herself. And then this starts this media kind of frenzy and everything, and she sees all the negative stuff, but she tries to latch on to one positive of like, when will they get married? And we see that this dude is trying to use AI and everything to try and disrupt and change society, and he doesn't believe in marriage. And that's a pretty interesting conflict because then Retsuko has to think, does she want to get married? And she comes to the conclusion that yes, she does. And we see at the end of the season that she sings her feelings to him through a karaoke thing, and that she does want to get married, and it's what she wants to do. Oh, okay. And they kind of part amicably because he doesn't want to get married. He views society differently, and he's trying to be an influence and change kind of how society is run, and that he doesn't really see the point of marriage. Well, Retsuko wants to get married because she just wants to. She can understand how he can view the institution of marriage the way he does, but she wants it for herself and not for the way her mother is doing it, who is a hypocrite, by the way, because she's like, oh, I'll force this matchmaking thing on you, but oh no, I did it for love, kind of thing. And that's kind of where the season ends. So I kind of liked what they did with the form of how they did the conflicts and kind of the funny things going on. It wasn't really my kind of, I mean, I laughed at certain things and all that and found it somewhat humorous, but it's didn't do a lot of the setup and kind of payoff that I've liked in other kind of different shows. So if you're looking for a kind of little time waster, a little stopgap or a palate cleanser, this will definitely do it for you. Of course, not really violent or anything, just kind of weird, strange situations in an office environment, and sometimes you get a screaming death metal little red panda. There's some character development, but not a lot of deep character development. It's just kind of surface level. I mean, they're trying to work with some stuff, but we'll kind of have to see what goes on with it if it continues on. So those are my opinions on the anime. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.